I'm not one to get into conspiracy theories with regards to the fight. When the fight were over, I remember hearing one massive conspiracy saying Anthony Joshua's dad wanted to pull him out.
Yeah.
But Hearn told him to carry on.
Welcome back to the MVP podcast. Today we're back with another episode of Fight Club. I'm here with my number one heavyweight hitter, Danny. Danny, how we doing?
What's happening? It's all good. It's all business.
Trust
it's
me.
on point.
Listen,
Shout out Timothy Miyamoto for that one.
Yeah, Timothy's out there. Bodes well because he's out there for Joshua versus Ruiz 2. Exactly what we're going to talk about today. I mean, as we said last week, this is a preview. I just can't believe it's come so quickly. It feels like it's just dragged on forever because he fought in June the first time, and here we are now with part 2, December the 7th in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. Shout out to Saudi Arabia and Riyadh putting on a show. But yeah, man, let's just get straight into the business end of things. Should we start with a prediction? Or should we build into the prediction? Because I know how hard that is. We've been back and forth on this, haven't we? But yeah, let's just get straight into the business, man. Anthony Joshua, he came off a brutal knockout loss in the first fight. I actually watched the fight back last night, just once because for entertainment, and he went down 4 times, not 3. I thought he went down 3 times. 2 in the third and 2 in the 7th, where it ultimately ended. What went wrong for Anthony Joshua in that fight?
I'm not one to get into conspiracy theories with regards to the fight. When the fight were over, I remember hearing one massive conspiracy saying Anthony Joshua's dad wanted to pull him out.
Yeah.
But Hearn told him to carry on. There was another one where he suffered a concussion in sparring.
Yeah, I heard that.
And that sort of pushed him forward. And, he had problems there. And, I heard every excuse under the sun.
Yeah.
But not one of them excuses came from Anthony Joshua.
That's true. That's true. Give him respect for that.
Yeah. What happened? He got beat by a better fighter that night.
Do you think he just got hit? That's what it was.
He never recovered from that hit.
Yeah. From the first one, do you think? Or was it one of the second?
It was the first one that rocked him when he was on his jelly legs.
Yeah.
Like, look at the heart of Ruiz, yeah? Ruiz, you watched the fight back last night, I did as well.
Yeah.
Ruiz gets hit in the 3rd round. Yeah. He goes down.
Yeah.
But look at the composure, look at the
way he gets
presence.
up. Yeah.
He looks at the ref, he gets up. Yeah. He then takes a shot that was harder than the one that knocked him down and stays on his feet.
It's mad.
That's composure. You can't teach that. That's heart. That's, you know what I mean? He does that and then he carries on with his game plan. And eventually he manages to clip him in the temple, and that just shut Joshua down completely.
Yeah.
Joshua didn't know how to, from that round on, he didn't know. And yeah, he did get up and he tried, so he's got heart as well.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And he went to 4. But the truth of the matter was, he was beat by a better fighter that night. I don't like, he said that was a punch from the gods and that, and he's clarified that comment. What he meant by that was that, I practiced that in training, so I've got hit by that, so I don't understand why I got hit by that.
Yeah.
So it's a punch from the gods. That was a man who has been boxing since age of 6 years old.
Yeah. Ruiz
is not a joke character. Like, a lot of people misunderstood him. A lot of people underestimated him when he came into that bout. Who's this fat man? The jokes were flying about here and there, but he done something that he's proud of, man, and he gained a fan in me personally.
So do you think, forget everybody else for a second, do you think that Anthony Joshua underestimated him?
Oh, of course.
Do you reckon?
Of course.
Do you reckon a 5 weeks notice, coming in, all that, posing with the bells, taking a selfie, asking shake your hand, all of that, fanboy stuff, something that probably me and you would do. Yeah. Fanboy stuff, let's be honest, and anybody else out there. Do you think that just threw Joshua off? Do you think that Joshua was thinking, this is another stepping, maybe 1 in a million they come out with the victory?
If it did throw Joshua off, then it was a fantastic game plan.
Yeah.
But I think that Ruiz is just that nice of a guy.
I think he is as well.
After the first interview, when he won, he said them lines. He said, "Mama, we don't gotta worry no more."
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Deep.
So I think he's just that nice of a guy. Even in the gloves are off.
Yeah.
Before they sat, I watched the clip before they sat down and they did the gloves are off.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, bro, thank you for signing them things for my dad." So I just think generally he's that nice of a guy, and I don't find that hard to believe. A lot of people seem to, find that hard to believe.
But I think that's because they don't know him.
Yeah, I think he's a sound guy.
He's not well known on the scene until now.
But coming back to your point of obviously, did Joshua underestimate him? Well, let me put it to you in a question. If you were studying for an exam that was to do with science, and then that got cancelled and you got 5 weeks notice to study another exam that's a different core subject, you're not going to be, you're going to struggle, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to struggle, but I'm going to take your point and twist it a little bit. He wasn't taking another exam. He wasn't taking a maths exam.
A completely different fighter.
It was a different science exam maybe, but it wasn't a maths or an English exam or something like that. So let's not get that twisted. He's still fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Personally,
but styles make fights. That. So it's a complete different style.
But Jarrell, is it Jarrell Miller? Yeah, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Steadhead Miller, PED Miller, running his mouth, talking crap, and then takes drugs. Ruins. I don't like people like that, man.
He spoiled it for himself, didn't he?
He spoiled it for himself. And you know what? Thank you. I just want to say thank you because you made Andy Ruiz, you made him get on the scene, help make him a world champion. So thank you, Miller, for that. But yeah, he also had that kind of brawler style, that coming forward, that punching with power, packing a punch, packing the power. So I don't think it was a massive difference in game plan and style. Yeah, I haven't seen a hell of a lot of Miller before that. But from the littles I have seen before, I thought it wasn't too much of a difference. But obviously, Joshua, something didn't look right, and he's not admitted it, so nobody else should really go into it, I'll be honest with you, because he's not said anything. He's just kept it cool. Going into this fight, we obviously had some of his sparring partners on. We were blessed to have some of his sparring partners on, and they spoke a little bit of what they could without disclosing too much, and they feel he's ready. They feel he's ready to eat. He's ready to get in there and bring them belts back home, and it's just too close to call. It's way too close to call.
Don't get me wrong, yeah. Joshua, for what he's achieved in the heavyweight boxing, at the age that he's at now, is phenomenal. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The fact that he started boxing quite late.
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years. That's nothing.
That is ridiculous.
For boxing terms, that's nothing.
That is ridiculous.
He starts 10 years ago.
And he's a world champion. Well, he was a world champion.
Yeah. He's won with, 3 of the deciding belts?
My goodness,
you know what I mean?
That is an achievement.
It's fantastic. He's done very well. His fight against Klitschko, brilliant fight. He firmed it down. He managed to finish off. He's had some good fights as well. Just to go over a few, obviously, he fought Parker, he fought White, so he has fought people there who are
legitimate people,
good caliber people.
Of course.
But then, this guy's done it for 10 years. Ruiz is doing it since the age of 6.
I think it was 5. I think it was
5, 6. I've heard both sort of thingy.
Yeah,
we'll go with 5.
Either way, 20-something years. In
experience is a big thing, man.
I agree.
He's been in more fights as well. I think 10 more fights Ruiz has fought than Joshua.
I think, you're right. Yeah,
33 to 30. Yeah,
one he has record, and Joshua has a record of.
So with Joshua, he's like a lot of his stuff has been learnt on the job. Because obviously he's never been taken in certain situations.
Yeah.
To see him rise from the situation that happened when he lost the belt is fantastic, and it is something to look forward to. But I just feel that can you learn something completely different in 3 months? Do you know what I mean?
That's the tough thing. Well, it's been
because fundamentals are all the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Fundamental, but I think fundamentally Ruiz is better than Joshua because he has more experience.
I have to agree with that. Yeah. That's not even a like a hot take. That's just the truth.
If you analyze the last fight, Joshua keeps a very high guard.
Yes.
Yeah. And Ruiz was hitting him to the body. That
lowered the guard. It opened up the chance to hit him in the chin, hit him in the temple, hit the face.
I can't. This is what I'm struggling. I can't see a viable game plan. I know they'll have something in the locker and they will have twisted up things. And Joshua's saying, "I'm going back to basics. I'm going back to basics on this one." But basics surely would favour Ruiz, who's been in the sport longer.
Yeah.
And who's got more sort of experience in there. That's why it's so hard for me to pick.
It is. A lot of people are split down the middle. Some people are saying Joshua, some people are saying Ruiz, some people don't want to say.
My heart says Joshua.
Yeah.
But that's purely because I'm a massive fan of Joshua. I think he's phenomenal. What he's achieved is a fantastic guy. Yeah. He trains around Sheffield. He's humble. You know what I mean? You've seen the videos online of him and how he looks after people and stuff like that. Yeah. And, he still lives in that 1-bedroom flat and all of that.
He's actually moved.
Has he moved now?
Apparently he's actually moved. But we don't want to delve too much into his personal life. For him, I think he's got more riding on it. I think he has to win. because I think he's obviously been built up as this star in boxing, and if he doesn't get it right, if he doesn't win, I think it puts him back.
It does damage him, without a doubt. It damages him, puts him back a couple of years, I'd say.
And I think he might as well wish goodbye to the Wilder fight if he wants it. Wish goodbye to the Fury fight if he wants it. Maybe Dillian White will be like, forget this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, why am I going to fight this guy? I'm next in line for the WBC belt.
Well, he's been in line for the WBC for over 600 and something days.
I know, man. That's ridiculous. That's another one. We'll get into that another time, but that's just ridiculous. So, there's 3 big guys there in the division. Andy Ruiz is probably going to say, well, why do I need to give him a third fight? It doesn't make any sense to me.
If Ruiz wins, yeah.
If Ruiz wins. So, there's so much riding on it for Joshua. And in my opinion, Joshua is a better fighter than that level that he would drop to if he lost.
Yeah.
You know? Andy Ruiz is better, in my opinion, than the level that he would potentially drop to, if he was to lose.
I still see Ruiz getting better fights now.
No, this is why I disagree with you, because we'd had this discussion the other day. Personally, if Ruiz loses, in my opinion, he has a lot to lose. He has a lot, maybe even more, because people know how dangerous this guy is. Nobody wants to take on a dangerous guy like that, because they know he's knocked out a world champion. He could easily knock us out. He got off the floor and knocked out a world champion. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times. 4 times. Do you think Wilder wants that? You think Wilder wants to take on a fundamentally sound fighter who packs a punch? Fury is a fundamentally sound fighter, maybe the best fighter in the division.
He took him on, didn't he?
But he doesn't pack the same kind of power that Andy Ruiz does. He wouldn't want to take that fight. Maybe Tyson Fury would, but then his management team would do the thinking for him. I think, no, we're not taking that fight on. Maybe not. Maybe
I think, you know what? I think somebody would take on that fight. I don't know who, but I think
Wilder or Fury?
Possibly, if his stock is up, mate, and it could be made into a mega fight.
Maybe down the line.
Why not?
Maybe down the line. I just think, I don't know. I'm not sure, because the reason is, what does he bring? What does he bring to the table? He doesn't bring any belts if he loses. That's my concern.
But his stock has still gone up.
And boxing's a weird sport. Yeah, but he beat him once. But you can
twist that though, can't you?
They can easily twist that and say, well, the first time was a fluke, and the second time Joshua showed him who the man is.
No, but if he does lose, I'm telling you, he goes for a trilogy.
Well, again, I think if he loses by knockout, the trilogy's over. If he loses by a decision, the trilogy's over.
Surely not now, because then they won one. Because Joshua's been knocked out and Ruiz has been knocked out.
I think
you need the decider.
Man. You know, Eddie Hearn is one of the smartest guys out there, man.
Oh, without a doubt.
And honestly, and I think if he was sat here now, he'd be telling me the same thing, and I'd believe him. And he'd be telling the world the exact same thing.
Come on, if there's money in that trilogy fight,
there would be money in it, but I just don't think it's just too much risk. Andy Ruiz, genuinely, I've watched him. I've watched a few of his clips. He's a fundamentally sound guy, and he would cause a hell of a lot of problems. He would make it so difficult. Yeah, I don't see that happening if he gets knocked out. But I don't see him getting knocked out either. This is the thing. I don't see him getting knocked out. Getting off the canvas the way he did. Honestly, man,
you can't teach that.
I'm baffled. I'm lost for words, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Repetitive memory. So basically, when you go through something, and then you keep going through it, you keep going through it, and then eventually, if you're in the fight, you can replicate that. So I think, obviously, in his experience, he might have been knocked down in sparring before, and that then allowed him to get up and finish the fight with Anthony Joshua. Now, this gives me a point with Joshua. Do you think Joshua has ever been hurt in sparring?
I don't think so.
What did Takam say?
Yeah.
Takam came in for Joshua,
yeah,
one of his sparring partners, and said he does technical sparring.
Yeah.
So he doesn't go all the way out, swing first, like feel the pressure.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he struggled. I think the way that Ruiz cuts off the ring and that, it's a dangerous thing.
Someone
but then do you think he's took it back there? Do you think they've decided, you know what, scrap the technical sparring, you've been hit before, let's try and push you in the direction that if you do get hit, you are able to get up? Because I don't doubt that he can get up. He's strong enough in himself.
He got up 3-4 times. He got 4 times.
And he got up against Klitschko.
Yeah, of course he did. He knows he's a warrior at heart. Yeah. He's a warrior.
So he can do it.
He has got that in him. He's got that dog in him that he can get up off the ground. He can swing back. The only thing is that if he goes down, will he have his legs under him? That's what we need to see. Has this training camp that he's had, is it sufficient
Yeah.
if he does go down?
Because that's what training's for, innit? You're supposed to learn the scenarios.
Yeah.
Every possible scenario that can happen in that fight, you're supposed to know. So when then you go into that boxing
Exactly.
ring, you can,
Exactly.
you know, adapt quickly.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see, man. It's another event in Saudi. I'm sure it's the first of many. Are you happy with that location?
All for it.
Yeah.
All for it. Why? I'll tell you why. They wanted to do the fight in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua's team said, yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he wanted it there.
No?
Nah.
Okay.
Because it's unfamiliar territory.
Yeah.
And he's been knocked out there before. That can play on a man's psyche.
Okay, of course, yeah.
You got it. When you're at this top level of heavyweight boxing,
Yeah.
I think you've got to factor every single bit. You know what I mean? You've got to
Yeah.
try and find an advantage out of anything.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, they said, we'll do it at Cardiff.
Yeah.
You know,
Principality
Principality Stadium. And Ruiz was like, nope. I know why he was like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're the champ.
it's a decision,
You're going to another country, you know, it could be
yeah.
a bit iffy here and there.
Yeah.
So Saudi is neutral ground.
Mhm.
They've built a new stadium for it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I've seen the stadium online and stuff like that. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And it gives the Middle Eastern people a chance to see boxing.
Of
I
course.
don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's been
No,
fights.
no.
Buster Douglas for Mike Tyson
In Japan.
Tokyo.
In Tokyo,
You
yeah.
had the Thriller in Manila,
Yeah.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah.
You know, so many great fights that have not been in America.
Yeah.
And I think recently with a lot of the boxing, it has been more so MSG and Vegas. So it's quite nice to see
Something
a change.
outside.
And it gives other people. And, you know, another thing is, for us boxing fans, it's going to be on a good time, innit?
You stole my point, man. You stole my point. That's the only thing. Selfishly, I'm happy because it's on between sort of, they're saying 8:30 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're conflicting, but either way, it's at a decent time.
It's
Respectable
at least
hours,
time.
so
We don't have to stay up,
Yeah.
you know. And when you do stay up to watch the fight, so
Yeah.
you do have a little nap between, you lose part of it, man. You generally do. Because if you watch, because, you know, you're tired, you're trying to fight yourself to go sleep by watching a fight. So I'm happy for that. I think a lot more people can be focused and tune into the fight, and I'm generally happy for it.
Well, Danny, look, I'm going to have to cut you short there because I feel like we could have gone on for hours. We could have gone on for a full 12 rounds, maybe even 15 like the old days.
Yeah, the old days.
So we're going to have to call it there, but thank you once again. Guys, thank you once again for tuning into this video. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe. All our new subscribers this week, we've had a big intake of subscribers, so
Thank
we
you.
want to thank every single one of you guys. Be sure to check out this video and all the videos that we released this week. We appreciate you. And no, Danny, what's one number one rule Fight Club?
We talk about Fight Club.
Wicked.